Hello, web designers. I am going to walk you through Pacific Trail's case study in our book, which will be used for evaluation and assessment of your HTML skills in order to prepare you for your own final website project. So thank you for watching, and please follow along with me in Terry Felke's book, Basics of Web Design, HTML5 and CSS. Let's get started.
If you look at figure 2.29 on 64, there's a nice sitemap, and then there's also the wireframe sketch of the page layout for the resort website. First of all, the wireframe contains a header area, navigation area, a main content area, and a footer area for copyright information. First, we're going to create a new folder. What is fantastic, I'm using Atom, and what is amazing is that, well, first of all, I can click on Add Folders, and I have my CSS 133 page, and then I have HTML, and then I have teaching HTML. Oops, not that one. I'm doing chapters 1 through 4. Okay, and then I have the specific trails that's from before. I'm gonna make a brand new folder just for Pacific Trails. I'm gonna call it Online Pacific Trails. Now, I probably want, oops, look at that, 2 L's. I probably want to not use uppercase. I know better than that. Juliet. I'm going to put my name in there. Now, at this point, I don't want you putting your name anymore in the individual files, just in your file folder. And now I'm going to select that folder and select it again. And so here I have this wonderful blank, empty project folder. So now when I create files, I can actually just put it right here. And this is amazing. This actually works with your file explorer, so you don't have to go into it all the time. All right, so next I'm going to create a homepage index.html. But first, actually, I am going to open my template. Open file, HTML templates, HTML template. Open that baby up. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so now it actually has everything I need. So I'm going to take this guy and let's see, show an explorer. Oh wait, sorry, file. I'm going to save as, so change this, save as this file. I'm going to change it from HTML template, and I'm going to change it to index. Okay, it's already in HTML. In Mac, I think you have to make sure that you put .html again. I'm going to go in here, or there's like a duplicate. Just be careful. Be careful that it's actually being saved. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. And I am going to actually put it on because it says save as type all files. I'm going to put it as an HTML. All right, here we go. And we want to make sure that it has .html in our Atom, so it looks like I had to do that. I noticed a lot of people, they were turning in stuff and they were having double .html, so you want to make sure that that's not happening. Change it to chapter 2, Pacific Trails. Case study. Okay, so my date. Okay, and we're just using this, even though this isn't technically in our coding standards, we are doing that because it's a part of responsive design. And then the title, well, first one, you know what I'm going to do, even though it doesn't tell us to do it, what it's done in the first place is give us the wireframe. Now remember, the body is everything that is happening, like that we get to see. So the wireframe goes inside the body. I'm going to make a comment about that. Exclamation, oh geez. Oh my gosh. caret, exclamation point, dash dash. I'm going to end the comment real quick, and I'm going to say wireframe content always goes in the body. Okay, make sure I don't press tab with that one. It would have made the tag. Okay, the element. All right, so now since I know that it's actually going to have a header, outside of the header, the way this wireframe works is outside of the header, and then it has the nav, and then outside it has main. Give me just make everything. Inside of main, it has a divider. Okay, interesting. Class, it's like, what class do you want? We're not using class yet. This actually is how we call CSS. And some of you are probably ahead of us and have already done that. But we're going to actually get rid of this for chapter 2. We'll be using that in chapter 4. And then main, and main has div inside, and then footer. So right above the body, we have footer. Okay, so I've actually just created the wireframe exactly the way that I saw it in figure 2.29 on page 64. So I'm going to put in here, wireframe content always goes in the body. I put wireframe first, okay? Or I'm going to say from page 64, 2.29. All right, so I have the header. This is let's see. The header is always just where the first heading goes. So I'm gonna put my header 1 here. Heading 1 always goes in the header to tell search engines what the main topic is. Okay. Oops. There we go. All right. So in our header, okay, let's keep going. We did that. Okay. So first we're going to use the home page. So we're creating the home page. It's in figure 2.30. I'm going to use a title. Okay, let's go back to up to the head. Remember, the title of the page is always in the head. And let's just use Pacific Trails Resort. Okay. And then the wireframe header area has, again, Pacific Trails Resort. So I'm actually going to copy this. Most of the time I'm going to use my keyboard, but sometimes for copying and pasting, I'm going to use that Pacific Trails Resort. And then I need an H1. So, you know, I'm using our text editor, and so it's really easy to just start typing the code and it fills it in for us when I press tab. Otherwise, I would be typing in the entire code. All right, so I'm on number 2, moving on to number 3. Place the following text within a nav element with bold text. Okay, so here's our nav, and now we're going to put it with bold text. Okay, I'll type it out for you. That was a B. I could have also just put in B, and it would have bold. What the nice thing about using those shortcuts is it puts the opening and closing tag. So now we're going to have home. Yurts. Activities. Be sure you check your spelling. Reservations. Okay, code the anchor tags so that home links to index. Okay, so we are linking. Okay, so first I'm going to actually add, each one of these is going to be the enclosed tag content in, or the viewable text in a hyperlink, an anchor hyperlink. So I'm going to start my href. I if I tab, it gives me the equals quotation marks, which is great. And I'm going to do index.html. That is the name of our file, right? It's actually this file that we're on. But this is going to be the same for each page. And so this is the part that this index page is actually what we're going to be copying. So we're going to, instead of going back to the template for each new page, when we're in a project specifically for Pacific Trails, then we're just going to resave this over and over. I'm going to end this anchor link. And then it tells us that we want to do a non-breaking space. That's so that everything is on one line and it doesn't break. Okay. And then, so we're going to do the same thing here. I personally like to copy, so I'm going to copy all this and I'm going to paste it here. And then I know that this is going to change. It's now yurts. And then I'm going to end the tag /a, end /. I'm going to make a new line, even though I am putting in and in BSP. And, oh, let's see. I'm going to paste it again. That's still in. And each one is going to be called a page. Activities. End. Oops. Where? Okay. Open, Control V, copying that again, reservations. I'm changing index to reservations lowercase. Lowercase. Okay. Well, there we go. And then, oh, I think this is supposed to be S. And then let's close this link. Now, let's see if I did it right. I'm opening up my preview. Okay, I almost did it right. Like an extra space in here. That's okay. Let's take a look. Let's go back here. Now, I'm going to close this. And I'm going to go up here to view. I'm going to toggle my soft wrap so I can actually see. Okay, so I have the home to the index. I have an extra space here. I have a home to the index. Okay. It's like I need two of these, huh? Yes. Well, let's just put a space. There we go. Oops. Okay, yurts. This. Make sure that it's all the same. And then this guy goes right here. Okay, there we go. Now it looks like the figure have the non-breaking space in the right places. And we're moving on. Okay, everything's still bold. I just needed the bold elements within all of these. I'm going to separate this out. So let's put in a comment. Let's see. What am I doing here? I am creating. Oops, whoops. Navigation. That will be at the top of each page. Okay. In nav. Okay, so now in the main, I bet that's what we're going to do next. Number 4. Okay, we're going to do the main element. Place the following within an H2. Okay, so let's start with H2. There we go. And I don't see anything about putting anything in the div yet. Okay, so we'll just leave it in H2 and it's going to say enjoy nature. Well, capitalize nature. Nature in luxury. And then we're going to have next outside of the H2, we're going to make a paragraph. Okay, just use P. Pacific. a word about this because we all mess up. This is, one of the things with coding is you're really learning how to be precise and notice your mistakes. So some of that is making sure that you are noticing your spelling mistakes. Usually you would get a document from the person, from your client, and then you would just copy and paste it. Okay, period. Okay, place the following in a unordered list. Okay, so right here, now we're going to make right underneath the paragraph unordered list. And remember, we start the unordered list with the UL. I'm going to end it with the /UL and the tag. And now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to put the list elements. Okay, each list element starts with the LA tag and the closing LA tag. And let's say I need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 4C. There's 4 list elements. All right, so I'm going to put 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it's best to do your structure first. I'm going to put list, unordered list with benefits. Okay. These are like descriptors. Let's do that. Okay, and now I'm going to put unwind. Now, I personally, I'm not going to type everything. You need to type everything, please. But this is a video, so I'm going to try to make it as short as possible, although it is kind of long. Relax. But practice typing for, for fluency, you're going to be typing a lot as a designer, so you may as well get into it. All right. In D, for D, it says contact information needs to go within a div beneath. Use line breaks to help you configure this area and add extra space between the phone number and the footer area. Okay, so I'm going to start Pacific Trails Resort. So why do we even use a divider? Especially for this level, why do we do it now? That doesn't seem like it's doing anything. However, we can easily add CSS to dividers. So we can say, oh, I want all of my, I'm just putting in stuff right now. I can have all of my, oops, I don't know why. That was interesting. Picture, be careful when you're putting in code. Let's see, I'm just going to put a road and then ZCA. And then if I hit enter at that point where it had something, it would mess me up. 888-555- oops. /5555. Okay, so right now, notice over here in my preview that it's all on one line. Going to put a break. BR. Okay, and then I'm going to do a double BR here. Okay. All right, looks good. And then I'm going to do a BR here. Because we will have a footer. We want to have a break between the divider and the footer, which it would automatically, the divider would automatically as well as the main, but it'll just look better. Then it won't be, it'll have some white space. We like white space. All right, so now we're going to configure the copyright and email address information within the footer. Okay, so using small text size and italics. All right, so in the footer, let's go over here. We're going to say copyright. I need to look up and see. I don't remember. Okay, hold on. I will look that up in a minute. Copyright. It's on one of the pages. 2020. Let's do 2022. Really. Pacific Trails Resort. And then it wants us to be on a line under. It wants to give our email. So I'm going to do a break here. And then I'm going to say href equals quotation marks. I'm drawing it out this time. Juliet.croco at email.com. And then there we go. Okay, I actually want to add one more break in here. Thank you. Looks better. Okay. Oh, and also looks like I need another break here. That's better. Okay. Now I don't. Whatever. I don't like the break now, but that's okay. Let's get rid of it. That's how it's supposed to be technically. And they actually didn't want me to have this in there. Maybe have it like this. So Juliet dot. There we go. Okay. And they said to have it in italics. I can also see that from the figure. I close my eye. At this point, I'm just like throwing stuff up there, which is fine. Notice that it's all in italics. Okay, let's figure out that copyright real quick. Forget what page it's on. I can never remember these little codes. I always look stuff up like this up. Just is what I have to do. Okay. Copyright symbol is and copy. That's really easy, huh? Okay, it's and copy. Oh no, and copy. There we go. There it is over here. Great. See how easy it is to have the preview. Remember that we made the preview with a package and it was called not Beautify. It was called Preview HTML. So if you don't have that package installed, you should. All right. Now, here's a problem. My page is not saved. Don't forget to save your file. Notice up here, there's this little blue dot to save it. So on your keyboard, you can either press Command S if you're on a Mac or Control S and save it. Or you could have gone up to File, Save. Now, the difference between File Save and File Save As. Save is just saving the file that you're working on. It doesn't change anything about it. Save As is actually changing the actual file itself. So when you save as, you're making a copy of the file, which is exactly what we are going to do because now we are done with the home page, the index page, and now we're going to go to the yurts page. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to go to File. So I'll show you the other way. So I'll show you the other way in Atom. Now I can right click on this. First of all, I love this Beautify. I added this. It makes your code look so much nicer. It gives it the right tabbing and everything like that. Okay, but then I'm going to right click on it again. And where is the duplicate? This duplicate. And now I'm going to enter the new path for the duplicate, which is yurts. This is on page 66, task 3. Yurts. Enter. There we go. Now this is changed to yurts.html. Go ahead and change this index, or go ahead and close the index. You can keep this one open if you want. Now we're in yurts. Okay, so we need to look at what they want for yurts. They want to delete the homepage paragraph, unordered list, and the contact information. Okay, so they actually want us to get rid of everything in the main. Okay, contact information. And just delete that. That's it. Leave the main, leave the footer. Okay, it doesn't say everything below, it just says to delete that. Now we're going to add, instead of just the header one, Pacific Trails Resort, the new header is oh no, we keep the header one, sorry, that's the header, and then we have the navigation. Navigation is the same. Now we're replacing the H2. Okay, H2 in main. I got rid of it. Let's do H2 again, and we want that to be the yurts. Pacific Trails Resort. Okay, and my H2. I hate it when I have email pop up. I should probably pause that when I'm on videos. That's okay. And we did all that. So I'm sorry, I'm in number 2. I'm just kind of jumping around at this point. I deleted the things. And now it says on C, number 2C, the yurts page contains a list with questions and answers. Add this content to the page using a description list. Use the DT element to contain each question and configure the question to display in bold text. Use the DD to answer. So DT is the question, DD is the answer, and it automatically formats. And this was one of those things where with HTML5, it was something that people were putting in a lot with using CSS, and so they're like, well, let's just make this element. It's going to be easier. And it is easier. And it also gives structural elements that are good for screen readers. So let's do this. DD, details, that's so cool. It actually tells you, provides the details about or the definition of the preceding term. Oh, so it tells me, oh, I'm wrong. Okay, so instead of DD, I start with DT. Okay, DT. All right, and in my DT, I have a DT, right? Okay, so, whoops, oh, sorry. Okay, that's not true. Silly me. All right, configure the question to do strong. So we're always going to have strong in here. Okay, so the question's always going to be strong. And then we're going to have the DD element after the DT. So we have the DD. Okay, and that's not going to be strong. And the DD. Now, the reason why I'm doing that right now is because I can just copy paste this. So I'm going to copy this, and I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3. So Control C, Control V, Control V. Okay, so real quick here, I'm going to say this is like a FAQ. Using a details, or using a definition. Let's see, definition and details type elements. Okay, just doing that on the fly. Okay, so let's go through and let's just put in question 1. So I could do this. I can put this might help me actually. This is question 1. Okay, and then so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to say, well, then this is on question 2, right? paste this. This is question 3. So this actually helps me because I'm like, okay, I had this question 1, question 2, question 3. I'm not going to type out the answer, but that's okay. I'm not going to type comments for it. Okay, so what is a yurt? And then it is, okay, and then you will have to type everything out. How? Okay. I better turn on. Okay, I'm going to turn on my Control-Shift-H. Turn on the preview. Do I have everything good? Yeah, I do. Okay, great. Okay, so it looks like pretty much I have it the way that it needs to be. I'm missing like a break here in the footer. I'll just do a break here. Let's see. There we go. That's better. It doesn't really say that, but we should have that there. Okay, so what else? Verify that you have saved. Okay, so right now I'm going to Control S and then watch what happens here. So I'm on this. Now, activities and reservations, these links aren't going to work. But what happens if I press home? It actually opens my index page. And then if I click on yurts, oh, it opens my yurts page. So it actually works. Yay. So let me show you how you would submit this. So now we're back over here in the File Explorer. I'm going to go to my HTML projects, chapters 1 through 4. It's this one. Okay, so I'm just looking at this. Now to zip, I'm going to go here. I right click and go to send to, there's so many things now. Okay, send to compressed zipped folder. And yeah, I'm just going to name it that. That's great. And then this is what I will actually upload to Canvas. All right. I hope that helps. And let me know if you have any questions.